echar en cara. Echar en cara. So this one is, this phrase is a bit advanced, but it's not difficult. It's not difficult at all. You only need to know the conjugation of the verb echar, which is the first word right here. Echar. Oh, mama, that's not the color I want. Echar. Yo echo, tú echas, él echa, nosotros echamos, vosotros echáis. Okay, so you have to know the conjugation of this verb if you want to use this phrase. Probably you may be asking, what does echar mean? What does that mean? Echar, as I said before, it's a verb and it means quite a few things. It can mean to throw or toss. For example, if you're throwing a ball or something like that. So you can say echar la pelota, to throw the ball. It could mean to pour, like for example, pour water into the glass. So echar agua en el vaso, echa agua en el vaso. That is something that you can say in Spanish for sure. Also, it means to put or add, for example, an ingredient to your food. We could be talking about salt. I could say, échale sal a la comida, add salt to the food. So it's quite a versatile verb, echar. We can talk about this verb in the future for sure. But in this situation, it means something else. In this specific phrase, echar en cara. En means in, on, and at. It's another great little word that means quite a few things in Spanish. En cara. Cara means face, okay? La cara, mi cara, my face. The face, la cara, okay? So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Let's look at the meaning of this common phrase. This means to throw in someone's face when someone is telling you, hey, you did this, I didn't like it. Why are you doing this? Why did you do this? Right? To throw in someone's face, something, or also to reproach. Essentially you're kind of telling someone, hey, I didn't like this. I don't like your attitude. I don't like what you're doing or what you did. Okay. So that's what this means. Echar en cara. It's very similar to the phrase to throw in someone's face. It's similar to that. It's almost a literal meaning. Pretty much a literal meaning there. But obviously this is not something literal. We're talking about something more complex. Okay? Something more complex. Let me show you what I mean. The first example is, ella me echó en cara que llegué tarde. Ella me echó en cara que llegué tarde. This means she threw it in my face that I was late. So, why are you late? You're always late. ¿Por qué llegaste tarde? Siempre llegas tarde. If someone tells you that, well, you can say, ella me echó en cara que llegué tarde. Okay? So let's break this down. Let's see how this works. Ella, ella, it's not ella. I've heard some people saying ella. I don't know why. Maybe because they get confused between Spanish and Italian. It's not ella. It's ella. It's a completely different pronunciation. Ella. Ella means she. Me echó en cara. So this is the phrase we're learning right now. You can use reflexive pronouns with this phrase. Ella me echó en cara. So technically you're saying she threw it in my face. Or threw in my face. I mean, threw it in my face. I assume, that is the usage of this phrase right here, right? So in English, of course. But when you say ella me echó en cara, you're saying that she was complaining about you, something you did or you're doing, or both, okay? And then que means that. Llegué is a verb that means to arrive or to get to a place. But when you say the phrase llegar tarde, because this is a verb, llegué, that's conjugated in past tense, present tense, but this comes from the verb llegar, which means to arrive. And when you add tarde, llegar tarde, that means to be late. Okay, in this situation, we conjugated the verb in present tense, past tense. So you're saying I was late. You don't need to say yo llegué tarde. You could say ella me echó en cara que yo llegué tarde, because yo means I. Okay, we don't have it in Spanish because we don't say yo all the time. Okay. You can just say, llegué tarde. I was late. Or I'm late. You can even, if you say this by itself, llegué tarde. I was late. That's the meaning. So you can say it by itself. But you can also add it to a sentence, of course, and that means I was late. The same thing. Interesting. Why are you always late? That's not good. Not good. No es bueno. Okay, so let's look at the next. Oh, by the way, in this situation, echar en cara means, to throw in someone's face, right? So let's look at, or to reproach. It's the same thing. Same meaning. Let's look at the next example. Using this phrase. Mis padres me echan en cara que no llamo con más frecuencia. So this is a longer sentence, not difficult. Don't get overwhelmed by this. It's not that hard. We just need to break it down so you understand how it works. Mis padres me echan en cara que no llamo con más frecuencia. Frecuencia, I like that word. It sounds pretty good. This means my parents reproach me for not calling more often. You need to call them. You need to call your parents, your family. They want to know about you, right? They want to know how your life is going. That's for sure. So most parents might tell you this. So let's see how this works, how this sentence works. Miss. The pronunciation of this word is very similar to the English word miss, M-I-S-S. So it's the same pronunciation, pretty much. Miss means my. It's plural. It's a plural my. Why? Because padres is plural and this is a noun. So you always need to pay attention to nouns in Spanish because they can be feminine, masculine, and singular or plural. So you need to pay attention to that all the time. Why? Because you need to match pretty much all these words, for example, adjectives and adverbs sometimes. Some of them you don't, but most of the time you have to match everything, feminine, plural, or singular, masculine. You have to pay attention to nouns. Mis padres means my parents. I know padres sounds like you're saying fathers in Spanish, but padres also means parents. It can mean fathers, of course, but it also means parents, okay? Padre means father, okay, without the S. Padre. Mi padre, my father, okay? So that's quite an interesting word right there. Me echan, again, we're using me because we're talking about, that you did something or not doing something in this situation. You're not calling your parents. So when you say me echan en cara, you're talking about what you did, right? So me echan en cara, that means reproach me, okay? In this situation, me refers to me, okay? So this one right here, me. Me can mean I, okay? And it can mean me as well. So it depends on the situation. I could say, me gusta la pizza. I like pizza. And I said me. I didn't say yo. Okay? So you have to pay attention to that as well. How verbs work with, pronouns. So especially reflexive pronouns. We use them all the time in Spanish. So in this situation, me means me. Me echan en cara, reproach me. Que, when you add que after echar en cara, you're adding more information to your sentence. So if you say, mis padres me echan en cara, and you stop there, there's a lot of questions. What did you do? What's wrong? So if you want to add more to your sentence, more information to your sentence, then when using this phrase, you can say que. Me echan en cara que. Okay, que is something that will help you to add more information. We don't have it, we have for, right? But similar to saying that. Que can mean what and that. That, okay? In this situation, just like that. So for not calling, que no, yo no llamo, we don't need yo, we need no llamo. And remember, no in Spanish, no can mean no. It can mean don't. It can mean won't, didn't, okay? So it's just pretty much just a negative word that can mean as well not, actually, not as well. And it means a bunch of things, and it works with verbs really well. So if you say no llamo, yo no llamo, that means I'm not calling or I don't call, right? In English, we have not calling, which this is the gerund, calling. That's the gerund. We don't have it in Spanish. We just put like a simple conjugation, yo no llamo, I don't call. Okay, so pay attention to that, because remember, English and Spanish are different languages. They don't work the same, so you need to pay attention to that. So in this situation, you need just that conjugation, yo no llamo. Yo no llamo, you don't need yo, you can say no llamo, okay? I'm going to include con más frecuencia. Con más frecuencia is a very common way to say more often. You can say más seguido. You can say que no llamo más seguido. Más seguido is just a phrase, just a phrase that works in this situation as well. You don't need con if you use más seguido. You can say just más seguido. So let me show you what I mean. And let me erase all of this. erase it. Que no llamo más seguido. That is a way to say more often, okay? But if you want to say pretty much the same, you can also say, con más frecuencia, okay? So you have two different ways to say more often. Con más frecuencia means more often, okay? Con más frecuencia. Frecuencia can mean frequency as well. Frecuencia has quite a few not too many meanings. Not too many meanings. It's a noun and it's feminine, la frecuencia, okay? But it can mean, it can be part of something with something being or happening more often, okay? La frecuencia, it's something that is, when you use it every day, it could mean, you can use it in many different ways, but it can be part of phrases like this one, con más frecuencia, that means more often. It can mean, frequency, when you, for example, want to turn into certain frequency, sintonizar la frecuencia, okay? So it has, I just wanted to let you know that it also means frequency, but in this situation means more often. Con más frecuencia. Okay? Excellent. Remember, echar en cara means to throw in someone's face something, reproach, we're talking about something that is not literal. It's we're talking about problems, things that people don't like about other people, so, and you're just expressing that. Excellent.